Hello, guys. My name is Arnimane, and welcome to the 63rd episode of Would You Rather. If you missed any of the previous episodes, feel free to click a link in the description below. It'll take you to the entire playlist. And of course, if you have any Would You Rather questions that you would like me to answer in the next episode, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. But without further ado, let's move on to the questions you guys left me last week. Our first question comes in from Slow Majority, who asks, would you rather watch your parents have sex every day for a year or join in once to make it stop? I think I've answered this question before. If not, it was something very similar, but I'm gonna answer it anyways, just to please everyone here. And I'm gonna go with, I think I would much rather just watch my parents have sex for the entire year every day, just because where it's my immediate family, like my mother and my father, I don't think I could do it. I think I'd be really disgusted by it if I did join in once just to make it stop. I mean, either way, it's going to eventually stop, so I think I'd much rather just wait there for the whole year, watch it every day for the whole year, gouge my eyes out every day for a whole year, throw up every day for a whole year, rather than just sit there, or rather than just get in there and join in with my parents. I mean, maybe if it wasn't my immediate family, maybe I would join in. I mean, obviously I wouldn't just be like, oh yeah, let's go do it. I'd probably have to do a lot of thinking. I'll probably end up watching it for a couple months before I decide to join in, but not with it being my immediate family. Man, I'm disgusting to even think that I would. Even it being not an immediate family. But anyways, thanks for your question, Slow Majority. Let's move on to our next question. Our next question comes in from I'm Gay Bro, who asks, would you rather be the new Hugh Hefner or be able to bring Ryan Dunn back to life and be credited for it? To be honest with you, I think if so number one, I'm not that big of a fan of Ryan Dunn, nor was I a big fan of the Jackass stuff and all that other stuff that he's done. It was fun, it was great, like it was good, but not enough for me to, I guess, idolize him or want him to come back to life. But let's just say hypothetically, if I had to choose one person to come back to life, it would not be Ryan Dunn. I think there's other people out there that would be a better choice to be brought back to life, but especially with Ryan Dunn, the way he died, like I don't like drunk driving whatsoever, and for him to go ahead and selfishly drink and crash, and what if he killed someone else? You know what I mean? Like, I think drunk driving is one of those selfish things that you could ever do. But anyways, not saying he's like an evil human being. I just don't like the way he went, and I think death is what I guess he deserved. You know what I mean? But that sounds so horrible. I'm sorry. But anyways, however, being Hugh Hefner has its perks, has its advantages, and I think I would much rather take that. Because having all those Playboy buddies around, why would you pick anything else? Like, let's be honest here. I don't care if I'm 90. I don't care if I'm 100 years old. I had those motherfucking Playboy buddies. Anyways, thanks for your question. Let's move on to our next question. I am Bursting King asks, would you rather bring Michael Jackson back to life or bring Paul Walker back to life? Michael Jackson, regardless if he was, I guess, a pedophile or whatever, I still think, and regardless of like his music, his career, whatever, I still think Michael Jackson was a pretty, I guess, horrible person. At least as father-wise. I mean, why would you dangle your kid out off a balcony like that? You fucking retarded. Honestly, I think the world would be better off with just Michael Jackson laying to rest and just being what it is now. You know what I mean? But when it comes to Paul Walker, I still think Paul Walker had a lot in him in terms of, I guess, benefiting today's world. I mean, he was doing a lot of charity work and stuff like that. So not only that, but I loved him in all his movies that he's done, especially the Fast and the Furious series. I'm actually really interested in seeing how they're going to finish up the more recent Fast and the Furious movie that they're working on right now, which is due out in like spring or something, or summer or something along those lines. So, but I think I would much rather just pick Paul Walker. Like I said, he was doing a lot of charity work, and he did not like, he wasn't drunk driving. It was his friend. To clarify, I don't know if his friend was drunk driving, but they were speeding. But still, it's still selfish. But I mean, like I say, of the two people, I would much rather pick Paul Walker, just because he seemed like a better human being. Anyways, thanks for your question. Let's move on to our next question. Michelle G asks, would you rather have your dream job or have a job you hate with better pay? I think I've answered this question before. If not, then it was something very similar. No, I don't remember what I said. It wouldn't surprise me if you asked me that, 'cause Michelle. But I think I would much rather have my dream job, to be honest, because like I want to live life happy, I guess. If the, like I want to be happy. I don't want to like sit around and mope all the time and just be unhappy with my life. And you know, if I have a job that I hate, even though I have a lot of pay or a lot of money, I don't think I would see myself very happy. But you know, I want to have that dream job. Who knows? I could probably have a side job to help me out if need be. Um, you never know. But yeah, I think I would much rather have my dream job just because of the fact that I would just be happier in a better upbeat mood rather than being, I guess, moody or pissed off because my job sucks. Because you know, if your job sucks, because your job, a lot of times your job is your life. So if your job sucks, your life sucks. That's my opinion. But anyways, Exit324 asks, would you rather have a 25% chance of dying or a 50% chance of getting one arm and one leg cut off? I don't know. See, that's actually a really tough question. Do I want to risk death, or do I want to risk losing an arm and a leg? See, I think if I lost an arm and a leg, I think I would be like really depressed about everything. I think that like, you know, 'cause there's a lot of things I couldn't do. I wouldn't be happy. Like I wouldn't be able to work. I wouldn't be able to, you know, play my video games. Just do the things that I like that I would normally love to do in an everyday situation. I probably wouldn't be able to do, or it'd be really really hard for me to do. But when it comes to 25% dying, I think I have a better chance of doing that than, you know, 50% chance of losing my limbs. You know, like, so for let me try and put it this way. Let's say we have a gun that has 4 chambers in it. One of those chambers has a bullet. You know, my like, you see what I'm saying? Like, when I draw that picture for you guys, I'm pretty sure you understand that I have a better chance of having nothing happen to me with 25% with a 25% chance of dying than I do with 50% chance of losing that arm and leg. So I think I would take that gamble. I think I would take that gamble and go for the 25% chance of dying. But anyways, thanks for your question, X324. That was actually a really tough one. I liked it. Thank you. But anyways, moving on to the next question. UK36 Juiced Up, who asks, would you rather own the latest handheld devices or the latest consoles, but not the controllers? I'd see. That's the thing. Like, if I have the consoles but I don't have the controllers, how am I supposed to play the consoles? So really, if you think about it, having those consoles would be kind of, I guess, pointless. There's nothing you could really do with it. I mean, I guess maybe I could sell them, but especially if it's on release day, I could probably sell them for an inflated amount of money. But I mean, I'll be selling them without the controllers. So really, that's gonna be kind of hard for me to sell. So, I mean, unless I have a handheld that I could use as a controller, like the PS Vita or something, I don't know what would be the use of having the latest consoles if I have no controllers. But at least with the latest handheld devices, you know, the Nintendo 3DS, the PS Vita, and whatever, and let's just make up one for Xbox. You know, you have the X Cube handheld device. I don't know. You know, I could take it anywhere I want, play the games that I want, enjoy it whenever I want, and have fun. And when I'm done with it, I could sell it and not have a problem selling it. And, you know what I mean? Like, see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I have no problem with the latest handheld, but I have problems with consoles, having the latest consoles. So obviously, I think I'm just going to pick the latest handheld devices. I have no problem with my 3DS. I love my 3DS. I wouldn't mind a Vita, but I can't justify forking over the money for it. But anyways, Mr. eCrew013 asks, would you rather be allowed to only buy one blockbuster game a year, or only be allowed to buy games that have outlived their lifespan, used/old? We'll say, okay, well, what do you mean by used and old? Like games that, like, I can't buy them new, but they have to be more than 10 years old, more than 20 years old. Are you talking about games that have just been thrown around or scratched up that may not work? Like, I need a little more details here. If you're talking about used, old, like scratched up, not working anymore kind of games, then obviously I would stick with the one blockbuster a year. But if you're talking about games that are just like, you know, they're 20 years old, or, you know, let's say like they're from 1995 or something like that. To be honest, there are a lot of golden gems out there, a lot of diamonds in the rough, a lot of good games out there that came out when I was younger. Final Fantasy VII being one of them. Pretty much any of the Final Fantasies. Really, there are amazing games that are, they're amazing games out there that are just absolutely amazing. I would love to play right now. And if this is the case where I can only buy one blockbuster game a year, or I can only buy these, I guess, 1995 games, let's say, as an example. Pretty much the one blockbuster game I'll buy every year is Call of Duty, and that's gonna be kind of lame, to be honest. I would probably end up cheating myself if I only had to play Call of Duty for the rest of my life. But at least with this, I have a large variety of golden gems out there to play. So if that's the case, I would choose to be able to, pick games or play only games that have outlived their lifespan, rather than picking from Blockbuster. If it's where I can only buy games that are used, old, scratched up, may or may not work, we don't know, then I would probably just pick the one Blockbuster, just one Blockbuster game a year, just because I like that, being able to know that the game I'm going to buy will work. But anyways, thanks for your question. Let's move on to our last question, which comes in from Quino, who asks, would you rather be the Joker or be Superman? Superman is probably one of my least favorite superheroes out there. I mean, I think Aquaman's a better superhero than him. Every movie, cartoon, TV show that I've ever seen Superman in, he always gets his ass kicked the entire fucking movie until the last bit, where somehow like his last ditch effort, he comes around and manages to luckily save the day. And I think that's probably one of the most stupidest, I don't know, it's just so stupid to be a superhero. I don't imagine a superhero being one of those kind of superheroes that get his ass kicked the entire time and then manages to come out of nowhere and wins. Like, it just seems like he's a luck hero, not a superhero, if that makes any sense to you guys. And sometimes I probably get a lot of hate for that, but I don't know, that's my opinion. And not to mention, his disguise is a pair of fucking glasses. How stupid do the people of Metropolis have to be to not know who Superman is? The whole thing of Superman pisses me off. And the fact that people actually like Superman is beyond me. I don't fucking understand it. But anyways, with the Joker, I think he's a character that is funny. He's fun. He's witty. And it's just, I guess, something that I would enjoy being more, I guess, rather than being some guy who gets his ass kicked every fucking day. Yeah, okay, the Joker may get his ass kicked at the end of the day and lose, but at least he does ass kicking more often than Superman. I don't know, that's my opinion. But anyways, thanks for your question, and that's it for this week, guys. Don't forget to leave your would you rather questions down in the comments section below. Don't forget to answer any of these would you rather questions. And of course, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and as always, stay dead.